Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Here's Confessions Part 2. We're going to be talking about bullying. And because this is the Christmas season, I figure what better way to start off bullying than to talk about Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. You know, it's funny how you can watch something as a kid and totally be oblivious to some of the things that are going on here. But it's only as you get older and you grow up, you're like, there's something else going on in this thing. And of course, you sing the song, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and it talks about how he was picked on they wouldn't let him join in any of the reindeer games. And of course, when you're watching the cartoon or the animated, claymation thing, you sit there and you're watching it and you're like, you really see how mean the other reindeer were to him, almost to the point of, name calling, picking at him, and bullying. But then it goes an extra step further for me is when the teacher of the reindeer, the one that's training them how to fly, gets onto Rudolph and also gets into teasing and bullying Rudolph as well. But then it doesn't stop there. Then it goes to the point where even Santa picks on Rudolph. And then not even just Rudolph, but also his dad, Dasher. And Dasher is almost afraid. Puts down his own son, and even to the point where, because of his physical disability, tries to cover up, hide it by putting a fake nose to cover up Rudolph's red nose. And so, even as a kid, you think, oh man, it's Rudolph, oh I love Rudolph, it's fantastic, but it's so much deeper than that. There's an underlying principle, and I'm really surprised at how mean Santa is in this rendition of Rudolph. But I share this with you for the simple fact that I'm not, many of you, maybe just like me, have been bullied because of what you look like, how you talk, where you come from, how you dress. I, growing up in middle school, high school, and elementary, was bullied, because I music everybody listened to. I didn't dance, as cool as everybody did, or just because of who I am, because I was a nerd, I was an outcast. And still am to this very day. I'm still an outcast, believe it or not. I'm different than everybody else. And so I can relate to Rudolph in that, it's not fun being picked on because of where you come from or what you look like or how you dress or how you talk. Still to this day, I get teased every once in a while because the way I talk, because I've been told that I talk properly, because I don't use any slang or, I'm not ghetto fabulous or whatever. But I share that with you because, you can take that, just like Rudolph did. He took that and he went and didn't allow that to change, that he didn't allow that to keep it from being himself. Many times when we're bullied, of course we see that in the days. We see society today where people who are bullied, they go and, they become violent. They blow up movie theaters, or they go and kill someone, or they take their own life, or something tragic. And we don't realize how far down or how deep bullying can hurt someone. And most people can turn that and make it into a positive, and where just the opposite, many can take that and make it into a negative. And I've grown up, because of who I am, I've challenged myself to not allow that to affect me negatively. I've allowed it to affect me positively, where I've turned that negativity, and I've always strived to be better. I can't change. I'm not trying to, fit into the mold that everybody else tries to fit in. I'm not trying to be what everybody wants me to be. I'm just me. I'm Clifton. And that's all I can be. And that's all I strive to be every day, to prove that, I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for a reason. And the name calling, I won't allow that. I use that as fuel for my drive and my passion to be all that I was created for. And so I encourage you that if you've ever been bullied, choose today to know that you have something greater going on inside you, and that they talked about Jesus, and he is the Savior of all mankind. They talked about Bill Gates. They talked about Steve Jobs. They talked about Martin Luther King. They talked about some of the greatest minds that we have, that we talk about here in the 20th century. Many great minds were picked on, called nerds, called this, that, and the other. So I encourage you today to choose to be above, to grow beyond that, and not allow the name calling to get you down. I pray that if you have been bullied, I pray that you choose to go beyond and live beyond the name calling. Don't allow it to get you down. Be better than they are. And when the opportunity comes for you to be like the crowd, be set apart. Be different. Because isn't that what God called us to be anyway? To be set apart, to be different, to be separate from the pack. I choose to be ahead of the pack, not even leading it, not even a part of it, but to be ahead, to be something different, to be something greater. And I encourage you to be the same as well. I pray this finds you well. I pray this finds you blessed. I'm Clifton. This is Cliff Notes. Class dismissed.